everybody. So today is Saturday. That means it's time for family movie night. And today we're continuing on Jane Austen Month. We're talking about Northanger Abbey from 2007. And this is really crazy to me that this is the only major version of Northanger Abbey. There's some made for TV like series, a few things from way back. But yeah, this is there. It's just so interesting to me because I think in many ways, this is Jane Austen's most approachable novel. Like this is the one that if people think that Jane Austen novels are stuffy or hard to get into, this is the one I would push on them because I think it's got the most sort of action and excitement and it's got some Gothic elements and things like that. So to me, it's just crazy that this is the one that has never had a feature film about it, as far as I know, which is crazy. This one was made for TV, but yeah, it's pretty much the only version, but it is a really good version. So let's talk about it. So Northanger Abbey, it's a very interesting novel because in a lot of ways it's sort of Jane Austen commenting on the popular novels of her day, of her era, Gothic novels that wanted to scare you, that had your young ingenue who was putting the clues together and things, and you see that here. And Catherine, our lead character, she's definitely the silliest of any of the Austen heroines for sure. She's the youngest. She's really into these Gothic novels, and she gets really excited and all these suspicions and clues and everything like that. Well, one day she gets the opportunity to go to Bath with family friends, and Bath at that time was, and it still is, a place to vacation, and it was very popular and it was a place to like hobnob with the elites at the time. And the only other Jane Austen novel that we see Bath is, of course, in Persuasion. That's where her family has to go because it was like an acceptable place for people, for her family to be kind of ostracized to, that they could live there for cheaper than to run the huge estate. And so that's where we see Anne in Persuasion. Well, so Catherine is in Bath. She's with friends, and there she meets a man named Henry Tilney, and they have instant sparks, instant chemistry, and then she meets his family, and his father's very like austere and serious and everything like that, and they all think that Catherine is from money because of who she's with. And there's this Thorpe family, Isabella and John, that she's kind of grouped in with, and they're all trying to find partners and all of that. But you have Catherine, who loves to read these novels, very suspicious. Well, she gets the opportunity to go to Northanger Abbey with the Tilneys, and immediately she starts kind of putting the clues together that maybe that Henry's father was the one who murdered his mother, Mrs. Tilney. The longer she's there, the more that she's convinced of this. Well, eventually Henry figures out what she is suspicious of, and he's kind of shocked and upset about it. And so then she's embarrassed, and you got this kind of back and forth. And in this version, you have Felicity Jones playing Catherine, and she's very sweet. She's like a little bit older than Catherine is in the book, but it works. And you have J.J. Field playing Henry, and he's great. He is so charming. He kind of looks like Tom Hiddleston, and so he's wonderful in this role, and they have pretty good chemistry, I think, between the two of them. And I think that Andrew Davies did a great job adapting this book into this movie. He's the one who did Pride and Prejudice and the 2008 Sense and Sensibility. He is really good at getting a handle on these Jane Austen stories. And so he gets the banter right. He gets the chemistry right. He makes things swoon worthy. And that's really important for this story, especially because otherwise Catherine could be too silly. And so it's not like my favorite Jane Austen story, but I still think it ends up being a lot of fun. And so I think if you haven't seen it, you definitely should give this one a shot. I think it's very entertaining. It's one that I think if you have people who aren't into period pieces, who aren't into Jane Austen movies, Regency movies, I think this is one that they might be won over by, just maybe because of some of the spooks and lighter feel to it. So it also has a great kiss for one of these kind of movies. It's very, very hot. So that's fun. And so if you haven't seen this one, I recommend it. I think it's a lot of fun. And I hope that someday we'll get more Northanger Abbey movies, not just this one. But yeah, let me know what you think. I would love to hear in the comment section or on Twitter. Please like this video. Please subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate that. Out the whole playlist of my Jane Austen Month reviews, and also check out the Patreon group and merch store. We have some Jane Austen inspired merch, so check that out. And thanks so much, everybody. We'll talk to you later. Bye.